Do you feel like you're known for surfing pipe and surfing big waves and taking risks, and do you feel pressure to have to do that? Do you ever go like, well, it's kind of like what the identity I've created, like it's not bad, I'm not saying it's bad, but it's like that's one thing that you have a skill at that do you ever feel like I gotta get out there, I don't want to but I'm gonna?
I feel very in control of that now. I think when I was 18, growing up, trying to prove who I am, what I can do, I was doing a lot of things I didn't want to do that scared the shit out of me.
Really? Like you'd go, okay, I gotta go out now. Now
I gotta go surf Jaws because that's what I'm supposed to do.
And you're terrified.
I'm out there and I'm like, I don't want to be out here. Oh my God, like just holy shit.
And did you hold all that in?
Go? And then all of a sudden I'd be like, wait, I can go on this wave. And I'd go and I'd get a wave and it would just be like, oh my God, it felt so good.
So good.
But fuck, I gotta go back out now and I gotta paddle in over these rocks. And so I feel like I was in a state of like, I was carelessly just sending it. And I didn't care. I was just, no, I cared. I was pushing through my feelings just no matter what. Like there's a gun to my head kind of situation. And I think that I learned through the healing of my brain injury and slowly getting back into surfing, I had to relearn how to surf a 4-foot wave that it didn't scare me. You know, I had to relearn a 5-foot wave, a 6-foot wave, and I had to really figure out what I was comfortable with, and I'd do that, and it just, the rest didn't matter because I was able to surf and I was pushing my own boundaries. And I feel like that's gotten to a point where I had this big wave session last year in January during when the eddy ran. I went to another wave on the North Shore, and it's known to be one of the craziest barreling big waves ever.
Is that left?
Yeah,
that huge left. Yeah. Use you and Rothman and all out there that day. Yeah.
So
is that in the middle of the ocean?
It's far out.
So you take a boat.
You can paddle.
Oh,
you can paddle, but you could just be getting caught
and there's like it's not even
waves.
makeable. Almost. It looks perfectly makeable, but it's so big and so fast that it's
sometimes you basically are set up to get the biggest barrel of your life for sure.
If you time
go.
Everything. Okay,
So my whole process through that was I was terrified in the morning. Terrified.
I can see it.
And I'm just like trying to make breakfast, and I'm just like, get a call, a 50-footer just came in.
God,
like 100-foot wave.
You're
just like, oh my God, like what? You hear that? Oh, I'm not going out. It's too big. Oh, the channel's closing out. And all of a sudden I just like I was like with my friend, I was like, you gotta cook breakfast. I just need to go sit down.
Yeah.
I like sat with myself and I realized, okay, are these fears coming from me or are they coming from other people's perceptions of the situation?
Wow.
And I was like, I've never been out there. How am I supposed to know if I'm scared of it or not? I have to at least go out and see it for myself. I can sit on the channel. I don't have to catch a wave. I can go out there. I went out there and I was like, oh my God, this is so gnarly. No way I'm going to get a wave over there. I can't believe people do that. And then after like I catch one wave, kind of a smaller one, another one, I'm like, well, why isn't anyone sitting over there? Like there's a full entry over there. Like, you could take off over there.
Like in-betweeners?
No, like on the sets. So like you could take off right there. There's a full entry.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I was like, you guys should do that. And then all of a sudden I'm like, I could do that.
I'll do that. Yeah.
And I was like, okay, like, whoa, that's kind of a crazy thought. Like, okay, I'm going to go at least position myself where I think I need to be. And then I just felt that. And I was like, oh my God. And it was crazy. Like the way like a set would come and you would see it out in the horizon and it looked like a tsunami was coming. You're just like, what is that? And is this going to break on me? Am I going to like die right now? Right. And you're just like paddling out to sea as hard as you can, but you're trying to manage your breath and your heart rate as well. Because if you're freaking out and you're out of breath, it's like doing a sprint and then getting caught inside by a 50-foot wave. You're not going to be able to hold your breath that long. So you're like in this weird, like paddling just at your line, at your edge, you know?
Edge, yeah.
But then all of a sudden I just identified a good wave. I'm like, this wave is so good. This is it. And my brain just turned off and I went, and it was like the craziest wave of my life. So from being in my kitchen, hearing all the scary fears and realizing that those don't belong to me. I haven't seen them for myself. I haven't experienced for myself. Those are other people's perceptions. To going out and seeing it for myself and identifying where to be and then what's possible, what I can do, and then getting the biggest, craziest wave of my life and being totally fine. Like, how much change happened in that day for me? Oh my God.
Well,
huge.